This is a bottle of Acqua di Gio Profondo, and today I'll be doing an unboxing, first impression, as well as a comparison to Azzaro's Chrome Extreme. Hey y'all, Joe here. Thanks for checking in. I've been really excited about this video. One, because it gave me an excuse to get my hands on a bottle of Acqua di Gio Profondo, and two, because these two bottles seem to share a very similar space within the fragrance world. People say that Azzaro Chrome Extreme is a great cheaper alternative to Acqua di Gio Profondo, and so today I'll give you guys a note breakdown that's provided by the designers, what I actually pick up, and how I think these two compare. So with that out of the way, let's get into this video. Okay, so according to the Armani Beauty website, Acqua di Gio Profondo has notes of green mandarin, lavender, rosemary, patchouli, cedarwood, and marine notes. Got a nice little test strip here. The bottle looks sick. Also, y'all might hear my cat snoring in the background. But here we go. Here's the first spritz. Yeah, the top note you get right away is that green mandarin right on the spray. I don't pick up as much of the lavender, I pick up more of a rosemary, cedarwood, woodsy green type of vibe. Slight hint of patchouli. Yeah, this is very green, very fresh, very bright. Yeah, so I pick up a lot of that green mandarin as well as some of that rosemary and a lot of those woods. So this is just a great green scent. It's not as aquatic off of the tester strip, so we'll have to see what it's like on skin. So now I'm gonna give it a quick spritz on skin or on my hand. Oh, and just put it right up my nose. Wow, the scent is much more complex on my skin. I pick up all of the notes as described. It's a very good blend of that green mandarin with that cedarwood, rosemary, and I'm actually picking up the lavender on my skin more than I picked it up on the test strip. And I definitely get a little bit of that marine vibe that it's going for. Alright, well, with that out of the way, now that we've got the first impression and the unboxing, letting y'all know what notes I pick up, we're gonna get into the part I'm very excited for, which is the comparison. So Azzaro Chrome is described as an amber, woody, citrusy creation. Chrome Extreme expresses its full power in a stark contrast between absolute freshness and olfactory depth. And Azzaro Chrome Extreme features notes of green mandarin, juniper berry, and amber. So it sounds like we're gonna get a very similar opening, but the dry down in the mid might be a little different. So we're gonna hit the tester strip real quick. Yeah, so I definitely pick up that green mandarin and hints of the juniper berry as well as the amber. It makes it a much more radiant scent rather than a piercing scent, and I really enjoy this one as well. I can definitely see why this gets compared to Acqua di Gio Profondo. They don't smell the exact same, but I agree with everyone that it does do a very similar job. And now that Acqua di Gio Profondo's dried down a little bit, I definitely pick up more of those marine notes as well as that rosemary and cedarwood. So now I'm just going to spray Chrome Extreme on my other arm. It's right here. Yeah, and so off of my arm right away, I also pick up that juniper berry. This is a different type of juniper berry than I'm familiar with, and I'm sure this has to do with how it's blended with that green mandarin. It's not as piercing of a juniper berry. It's definitely much more radiant, but it's blended so well with that green mandarin and amber that it just smells like unique to its own. It doesn't exactly smell like a green piercing green mandarin or a very slightly tart juniper berry or like a warm amber. It's kind of like a wonderful mixture of all those things combined. So it's like warm but not tart, slightly green, and somehow still somewhat sweet. And this also gives me marine aquatic vibes. So in a battle of who's done it better, I gotta be honest, if you want more of an aquatic vibe, I'd go for Chrome Extreme. If you want something a little more dressed up and greener, I'd go with Acqua di Gio Profondo. The funny thing about this whole comparison is that my partner actually got a chance to smell them because I got a sample from Profondo, one of those magazine ones that you kind of tear it back, there's the oil scent, and you kind of try it on. And I actually had Chrome Extreme at the time, so I put both of them on separate arms, and I asked my partner to smell them, and she actually said, and this might surprise some of y'all, that Chrome Extreme smelled more refined than Acqua di Gio Profondo. And I have to agree with her in that Acqua di Gio Profondo is green and piercing, whereas Chrome Extreme smells much more well blended in that it's one scent that's just a good blend, whereas Profondo is very green and you pick up different notes at different times, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that Azzaro Chrome Extreme is flat, because I've definitely had fragrances where they're very flat and carry one note throughout. It's just blended in a way that the three notes are what you pick up, but in a very smoothly, well-rounded and blended type of way. And if I can kind of make this comparison, again, this is completely my opinion, so if you disagree, that's totally fine. But to me, Acqua di Gio Profondo is to Chrome Extreme what Versace Man Eau Fresh is to Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Pour Femme. And what I mean by that is kind of what I always say about those two bottles, is that this is the version you get if you want something that's a little less refined, but still of good quality, very piercing, very standout-ish. And this is what you get if you want something that's a little more well-rounded and blended a bit better. Moving into the dry down from Chrome Extreme, I very much still get that ambery green mandarin juniper. The amber is kind of the main note, but it also has some very subtle aquatic notes in there that I can't exactly tell you what they are, but it makes it come off very aquatic. And now I'm mostly picking up just amber. And on the Acqua di Gio Profondo, I'm still picking up that green woodsiness that's very pleasant to smell. It has a hint of an aquatic vibe to it. Not as much for me as Chrome Extreme does. Personally, Acqua di Gio Profondo gives me the aquatic vibe of being on a boat in the middle of a body of water, whereas Chrome Extreme gives me a walking by the pier aquatic type of vibe. These are both great fragrances, and I don't think it's redundant to own both. I think each one can serve its own purpose. But if you're looking for a cheaper alternative, Chrome Extreme is definitely worth the pickup. And if you have a little bit of extra spending money, or like me, you get a great sale, Acqua di Gio Profondo would be cool to check out. So like always, I'd love to hear y'all's feedback. Let me know in the comment section if you pick up the same things I pick up, if you think my comparison is accurate, if you think my comparison is off completely. I'd love to hear from y'all's experience between these two bottles, if you think they're both worth the pickup, or if you only want to pick up one. Me personally, I'm glad I have both in my collection. I definitely see myself using both, especially in the warmer seasons. And full disclaimer, I obviously can't talk too much about longevity because this is my first impression, and a quick little comparison, I'd have to wear them at least for a week to really kind of feel out each fragrance. So keep that in mind when you are checking these out. Remember, if you like these videos, please hit the subscribe button, as that really helps continue to push me to create more content. And it also lets me know what y'all really enjoy seeing and what y'all don't enjoy seeing. And if you do like seeing these types of videos, hit the like button and let me know in the comment section so that I can continue to make videos similar to this. Like always, thank you so much for checking in, and I'll see y'all in the next video. I want to add very quickly that my partner interprets Acqua di Gio Profondo as somebody who's on a boat, on a cruise, enjoying their life and vacationing, and Azzaro Chrome Extreme as somebody who's on a cruise playing poker but in a room full of smoke. So do with that as you will. Shout out to her.